Hello, welcome back. I almost said season 10. Season 9 of PokéBoys. We got the finale on deck tonight for you guys. Victory Road in the Elite Four, plus our review of Pokemon Daybreak. Pretty excited about that. Yeah, how you doing tonight, Kuno?
I am fantabulous.
Yeah, feel like I just saw you last night.
I know, right? Just like 24 hours ago. It's crazy.
Man. Well, I'm glad you're doing good. I'm ready to talk about the end of Daybreak here. And get a little more into like our review and some of our feelings about the game as a whole, and not just this leg. We've kind of touched on some things throughout the season so far, but tonight we'll give a little more thorough thoughts and an overall review, and whether or not we think you guys should play Pokemon Daybreak. And of course, season 10 is coming up around the corner. There might be a proverbial wrench in the gears for the season 9 interstitial episode, but
Just
we're working on it. So we'll just get this, we'll address the elephant in the room right now. Unlike every other season so far in PokéBoys, this was a season of firsts. It was the first season with 5 legs. It will also be the first season where we do not have a finale battle, and that is heartbreaking, tragic, all of the adjectives. But we thought that we found a website, basically the Pokemon Showdown version website for fan games, because Daybreak does have some regional variants and things of that nature. So we were going to do our battle on this fan game Showdown website, so we can use our Pokemon Daybreak versions of Pokemon. I don't know why I decided to say it like that. But unfortunately, even though we can build our team in there and the regional forums are on the website and able to be put into a team, whenever we tried to actually battle, it kept yelling at us and telling us that our teams were illegal because these Pokemon do not exist.
I'm trying to in a custom free fall battle, it told me the flying gym was illegal, and I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah. So we messed around with it for a bit before we started recording, and we couldn't get it figured out. And we do have private investigator Winter Jam on the case. Right. With Detective Looker. Yeah, he and Looker are working, seeing if they can get it figured out, at least for the interstitial episode, because we were planning on having another interstitial tournament with everyone's teams that they, their Hall of Fame teams. But if we can't get this website to validate our teams, we probably can't do that, because just about everyone had an Armirian regional variant on their team, I'm assuming. But regardless, even if you didn't, we did. So we couldn't use our teams. So we'll figure that out, keep you guys updated. But season 10 is coming, and it's going to be really fun, super special. Jared and Dad are joining Kumino and myself. We're doing another type draft. We're playing through Radical Red, which is going to be nuts.
It's type half draft, Nuzlocke, half randomizer, with abilities being randomized and encounters being randomized. I guess it's crazy. I'm scared.
Can't forget the cage lock, the rotating team the cage lock.
A lot of the challenges that you've seen throughout all of the seasons are being brought into this season 10.
Yeah, and if you were around for season 2, it's going to be very similar to that. The type draft, we all took turns picking types. We're only allowed to use Pokemon of that type to, build our teams, and it's just going to be chaos and fun and sadness and anger and all of the emotions, because it's also Radical Red, and even on easy mode is probably going to be extremely difficult. So why do we do this to ourselves? Why?
For your entertainment, of course.
That's true. It's all for you guys. But yes, Kumino, did you do well? First off, teams after leg 4. which I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably the same as last episode. Yes,
the same as last episode. Dad, you don't have to pop up, look angry at us. It's the same team that has been for a long time now.
yeah. Yeah. So just a reminder, if you didn't listen to the last episode or you missed our recap at the end of the episode, I finished leg 4 with Himalaya, my regional Gigalith, Muscle, my regional Hippowdon, Wasabi, my regional Greninja. As you can see, this website making my team very illegal at this point. Half of it now has been regional forms. Macaron, my Pixion, the fairy type dual evolution Eevee, fairy electric type, I should say. Leek, my Surfetched, and Guac, my Ludicolo. Kumino, who's on your team?
Okay, my team is Shiny Gliscor, Big Sean, East Coast Gastrodon Badu, the Amarian Garchomp Prince, Statikion, the Dulion gimmick evolution over here, Mystical, Wu-Tang, the Amarian Greninja, that's shiny, and Nas, the Glade.
Very nice. After seeing an Amarian Garchomp, Prince is a very awesome name for it. Actually encountering one, or fighting one in this leg. Yeah, I like that name. That's very fitting.
Thank you.
Did you do anything before hitting Victory Road and making your way to the
I wanted to, but so being at the wiki for it is so, well, I ain't gonna say sparse because sparse is the wrong word. It lacks a lot of detail because they don't want to spoil anything for you. And I understand that, but at the same time, like, we use the wiki for kind of direction in terms of what to do, especially in end game. And that's what I was looking for. I was looking like, okay, what can I get into before the end game? And it really wasn't much. One of the routes, the area up there by the iridescent woods that you mentioned, I was gonna go there, but I said nah, and I just went straight to Victory Road.
Nice. I think that was like a Mystic Island or something.
Yeah, Mystic Coast or Island or something.
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing I did was I went and got the scuba gear. Because I grabbed that. If you remember back in Yellowstone City, there's like the help center or whatever. You can get the side.
Oh man, I forgot about that place.
Yeah, the only reason I remembered about it was because we were told we'd get the scuba gear, and I was like, oh yeah, I grabbed one of the side missions that was I had to go. I forget exactly what the I had to find a jewelry box for an old lady who dropped it in the abandoned ship. Why an old lady was in an abandoned ship, I'll never know, but I mean, she dropped her jewelry box there.
What's her name from Titanic?
Rose. It was Rose.
Rose, yeah, that's who it was. It was Rose.
So I was like, all right, sweet, I got the scuba gear. I can finally go complete this quest. So I went out there. If you go, have you been in the abandoned ship at all?
I actually did go to the abandoned ship. It was before this leg, in which I forgot to mention it last leg that I went to the abandoned ship. But I mean, for me, when I went there, being that other events happened, Gabriel wasn't there, so I didn't have to save him from anything.
Oh yeah, the top. Okay.
Yeah, so like it was just pretty much me exploring the ship and grabbing some items.
Yeah. Tons of items in that ship.
Yeah,
a lot of items. But yeah, if you dive, you have to dive on the left side when you walk in, like the first floor or whatever. So I go over there, I dive. I found a Benedite, a Swamperdite, a Sharpeedite, Toxic Orb, and Focus Blast. But I did not find the jewelry box. And I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So I looked it up, and I didn't need dive. I could have gone and done this without dive or without the scuba gear, which made me infuriated. So I went and got the jewelry box, took it back. She gave me $5,000, which I was like, thank you very much. That'll give me a couple hyper potions for the Elite Four. I'll take what I can get. And then I accepted another quest called Back to the Past, which
Oh,
happens to be completed kind of on our journey to Victory Road. So you got to go. There's a guy who's trying to figure something out about a really old statue in the Lux Strait, which is the route right before Victory Road. He's chilling over in the Erodin library, if you remember having to go there earlier.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he's chilling up on the top floor. You go talk to him, and he's like, "Yeah, I heard about this really old stone pillar out in the strait. Like, can you go check it out and tell me everything you can figure out about it?" It's actually turned out to be kind of, I wouldn't say like super long, but it's like a drawn out mission. You got to go there. There's a guy standing in front of it. You talk to him. He's like, "Oh yeah, I can tell you all about this. I just need a book from that guy that lives in, um, Asteris Path, the guy who makes us the Mega Ring or
Yeah.
whatever." He's like, "If you go, yeah, he's got a book, like it's like green and yellow. Go ask him about it." So I had to go all the way over there, got the book, brought it back to the guy standing in front of the stone pillar in the Lux Strait. He tells me about it. It's like, it used to be maybe like
He
an
said a person.
Arceus or Dialga carving that was like a guidepost, because this was the trade route. If you remember talking to the Mega Ring guy in Asteris Path, he talks about how that used to be like a big trading post, and apparently Lux Strait was along the journey. Blah 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 blah. So I'm like, all right, cool. Thank you for all that. It took you long enough to tell me. I don't know why you need this book if you said you already knew about it, but whatever.
Yeah, because he said it used to be like like a person or something of that nature. Like he said it used to be something, and I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. So then I go back to the library, and the guy's like, "Oh, cool, thanks. Here, take these. What does he give me? He gave me 5 cherish balls, which was kind of cool.
okay.
And a shiny Lapras.
Oh,
So I was like, okay,
okay.
it was worth
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
I'll do some jogging around for that. But after that, of course, I had named my shiny Lapras Parfait.
Okay.
And on the Lux Strait, you can find a Gyarados Megastone, Gyarados-ite or
Yeah.
whatever. But other than that, I just went through Lux Strait, did the trainer battles on that route, picked up the items, healed up at the Pokemon Center, did some very minimal grinding in the water there with Guac. Just it was really nice, free experience for my grass type. And then I went into Victory Road. Was that kind of similar to what you did? Just
Yeah, pretty much.
plowed through
Now
Lux
on
Strait.
on the Lux Straight now, I did get the static Lapras encounter there.
Oh
Uh,
yes, there is one. Yeah,
I can't remember what I named it, but I caught it.
there. I think there's like a Fisher.
Hold on, I can actually look. No, that Fisher that's standing in front of it, like I thought he was gonna say something, but he didn't. He just
Yeah,
wanted to
but
battle.
wasn't there a Fisher dude in one of the towns that was like, "Hey, go catch a Lapras for me and show me Lapras or something"?
Yeah.
I think it was this game. I should have looked that
Wait,
up.
was it
And
this game? I don't know if it was this
we
game or not.
play too many dang Pokemon
I
games,
know,
Kudo.
right? Okay. Yeah, I named the Lapras Big Pun. That's what I named it.
No.
Yeah.
Um, El Lapras not going on the team. I'm sure he did not go on your team.
No,
Also.
it did not go on the team.
Yeah. So then we just plow through Victory Road.
Yeah, until Brandon shows up. That is our first little rival battle that we actually get to have with somebody, in which now for me it was pretty much straightforward. Like nothing too crazy happened in the battle with Brandon. He had the Sceptile, Blaziken, Swampert, Walrein, and the Mega Metagross.
Mhm.
But like I said, like the battle was pretty much straightforward. My team really, really handled them well. Wu Tang took out the Sceptile. Um, Big Sean took out Blaziken. Mystical took out the Swampert and Walrein. Surprisingly, like I said, Mystical, leave those women alone, and he does great work. And then Prince took out the Metagross. So it was
Very
pretty
nice.
straightforward.
Yeah. So I'm going through Victory Road. It's fine. It's not very long. There's not many puzzles. There are plenty of items that you can pick up along the way. Um, I'm grinding essentially every wild encounter because I'm high 60s about when I enter Victory Road, so I'm like fiending for experience and levels.
Yeah, it was mid to high 60s when we got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just battling everything. And they're a nice amount, not an abundance of trainer battles, but there's a decent amount in there, which of course I'm trying to get every single one because I want to make sure I'm leveled up and get to the end of Victory Road. And I'm like in the last room, not knowing it's the last room, and I'm like, this feels like we're near the end. My team's not in the greatest shape, but I'm not silly Mike, dumb thinking stupidly. I'm like, I'm not going to waste any of my hyper potions or anything. I'm going to save those for the Elite Four. We got to be close to the end. I'll just go heal up. I should have known that as soon as I walk out of that stupid cave, Brandon's going to come up. Like, all my team is in the like yellow and red. So I'm in absolutely no shape to fight this guy. I ended up making it all the way to the Mega Metagross, who finished off my team. I thought I was gonna like limp through that, didn't quite. So I died, came back, and just absolutely smoked him with a full health team.
Right, because like I said, like his team is actually easy. Like, is if you are in any kind of duress when you take them on, yeah, you will have a problem. But if you're healed, yeah, you're gonna have no problem with his team.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, all right, phew, we made it through. My team is again hurt. Like, I finish. I say I smoked him, but because of the not switching in between battles,
it makes
essentially, once one of my Pokemon gets really low, if it's like too low to be able to switch out effectively, I'll just like try to do some chip damage or maybe get a status or something off and basically sacrifice that Pokemon, let it die, right? Because we're not doing a Nuzlocke, so whatever. I know it's maybe not the most compassionate trainer approach. Lance would be pretty upset with me.
I mean, forget Lance.
So I smoke Brandon, but after the battle, only Wasabi is alive, which doesn't sound like I smoked him. But so I'm like, okay, let's go. We got Brandon out of the way. The Pokemon Center's got to be right up the road. And then what happens?
Martin smoked you, didn't he?
Yes.
So okay,
Dante is freaking waiting in the bushes. Like,
oh wait. No, that's not Dante. That's Martin that's waiting in the bushes.
Oh yeah, that guy's waiting in the bushes.
Yeah,
that guy's fine. I beat that guy.
Oh wait, so Wasabi beat him?
Maybe. Okay, so again, notes not the greatest in this leg. Maybe my team limped out of Martin's battle with only Wasabi. By the time I get to Dante, all I have is Wasabi. So either between Brandon and Bush Guy or just Bush Guy taking out my team.
He's straight up hiding in the bushes. I'm talking about really well. I'm talking about you get down with Brandon, you like, yes. You see the stairs that leads to where you kind of supposed to be going. You're like, yes, and you just walk and he just jumps out, and it's kind of like what? And then he starts off with a spirit tomb, so that don't help.
Yeah.
Now, like I said, I handled it in one fight, but at the same time, it was like, brother, don't you ever dare do that to anybody ever again. I
Yeah,
need you
it's
to
so
stand on this
rude.
side so people can see you.
Yeah. I mean, even if I can't avoid you, like, don't scare me like that.
Right. But
Yeah, but we beat that guy, and then you climb up a few steps, and then Dante just shows up,
no,
and
no,
he's
no,
like,
no. You don't even climb it a few steps. So the stairs lead down into the water, and you got to use the scuba gear and go in the water and follow the little trail and
"Oh,
stuff of
yeah,
that
yeah,
nature.
yeah."
You can get the last few encounters here and stuff of that nature. But essentially, after you come back up, you are at the Pokemon League. Essentially, they still call it the Velux Gulf, but you're there. It's right in front of the building, but Dante is right there, and you think you got to fight him. Well, yes, you got to fight him. Now, I was hoping that he was there to congratulate me and be like, "Hey, look, listen, I got my booty cheeks kicked, so like you go in there and get revenge from me." No, he wants to run your fade because he's like, I know I can't do it, and I know you can do it, but I have to prove to myself that you can do it. What kind of message is Dante? You are a sick individual, brother. And I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all my rundown of this. So luckily, I have Badu in the front. So when he throws out Drapion, I'm like, okay, no problem. It throws down the toxic spikes. Cool. One earth power, done deal with Drapion. Milotic come out. This Milotic kicks my whole team's booty cheeks.
You know it's bad when Kumino becomes Italian.
Right. It kicked my whole team booty cheeks 3 times in a row.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like,
Did
what
you
am
do
I
a
gonna...
save state?
No.
Because I lost, and he's like, so I can beat you, and then just left, and I didn't have to battle him.
I did not do a save state. What I did was angry rage quit. Okay. Because once I realized I'm down to my last Pokemon and there's nothing I can do, I just simply rage quit.
That's awesome.
But 3 times this happens, okay?
Yeah.
So
essentially, it's a rage save state.
Yeah,
we'll call it a rage state.
So I go underwater and I train up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because again, like his team, okay, so Martin's team, 71-72. This is about the area of my team. Lives like 68 to about 72. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when I rolled up on Dante, his team is 76 to 78. Are you serious?
Unfair.
Completely unfair. So yeah, so I went back on the water, trained up a little bit, came back. It was a tough fight, but I ended up, I celebrated beating the Milotic.
Nice.
It was sad. I was like, yes. And my youngest son, he's sitting there like, what happened, Dad? What happened? I was like, I beat the Milotic. He was like, so did you beat the dude? No, I just beat the Milotic.
That's awesome.
But yeah, so Mike, what was it like for you?
Oh, it was short and sweet. So all I have is Wasabi alive. I took out was it Drapion? Was that the lead?
Yeah, that's his lead.
Okay, so I took out the Drapion, but then a Crocodile comes in and just one-shots me. And I died.
So
and I was
okay, so for you it was Crocodile.
Yeah.
For me, he always sent out Milotic. Like he never sent out anybody else.
Yeah, I never got a chance to see anyone else because I lost, and I was like, all right, I'll get him next time, just like I did Brandon. And I came through, and he was just gone. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess I'm not going to rebattle you then.
Oh, he was like, "Ah, well, you
Hey,
trash. I go train a little bit and then come back and I beat you because I know
yeah.
you're gonna become the champion."
I hope after that battle, knowing that he could go toe to toe with me, that inspired him to finally man up to his decisions. Go talk to Blake. Is it Blake?
Yeah, it's Blake. But see, that's the thing. Like he was supposed to go get the next 2 gym badges and then go talk to Blake.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's what he did or if he went and got the next 2 gym badges and was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to the Elite Four and I'm gonna wait on protagonists to see,
Yeah.
if I can beat them. And then I go apologize to Blake if I can't beat them.
Yeah. I was really hoping that that he was just gonna talk to me. And be like, I went, I cleared the air, like I apologize and everything's good. Thanks for
Right.
being such a great friend.
Yeah, a nice
But no.
motivational speech would greatly help.
He's like, I'm gonna beat you down before you take on the only thing that matters.
Right. And which he was, it actually was pure intention because he was like, I want to show you what you're up against.
Yeah.
This is the kind of thing that you're going to be dealing with the Elite Four. Well, first and foremost, I have to say, my guy, you should have just said one member of the Elite Four because they was not like this. It was not like that at all.
Yeah. Yeah, so after this fight, we're essentially in the Pokemon League. And you got like 2 steps and you're inside.
Yeah.
At this point, I just buy all the healing items I can. I had like, I don't know, $500,000, and I literally just bought like 100 hyper potions, like 70 something full restores, 50 max potions. Like I just literally spent all my money on revives and potions. And after a few tries, I also then bought like full heals. Because there's one battle in particular where
full heal. So you can buy the full restore. Like,
yeah,
I went ahead and I just
everything.
got full restores. And luckily, so outside of the one max revive that I used in a battle that happened in the last episode, I had like 6 max revives.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I was essentially good to go.
One thing that I noticed too is, or not that I noticed, but one thing that's available if you have not taken on the Elite Four yet, is don't forget about your what is it, like the heal charge, whatever the item that will heal your full party after like 8,000 steps or something. Don't forget about that. That could
because I definitely forgot about it
in between Elite Four members if you're trying to save on some of your like revives and potions and stuff. But yeah, are you ready to talk about these fights?
Yes, I am. Okay, so like I said, you get your healing items. You need healing items. If y'all haven't fought them yet, healing items. Go back, backtrack, pick up all the items that you can pick up, get all of the free healing items, buy all of the healing items that you can because you will need them. Okay. We start off with the Elite Four Gordon, who is like,
what do you have written down what your levels were going into this?
So let's see. I only grind up a little bit in the ocean. So I was like probably around like 74 or 75, somewhere around there, where my lowest team was probably like 71.
Yeah, my lowest was 72 and my highest was 74. So we were the same.
Yeah. Now I'm not gonna lie.
Not high enough.
Right, not high enough because Gordon's highest is 78. And I'm gonna list off what his team is, okay? He starts off with a Terrakion. All right, a Terrakion.
Mm-hmm.
And then he has Machamp at level 76. The Terrakion is 78, by the way, just so you know. Then he has a Heatran that's 78. Okay. He has a King Gambit that he absolutely saves for last. He is not La Primera from Paldea. Okay. He has a Mega Tyranitar at 77 and a Flygon at 76.
Yeah.
Now, this battle, it was tough, okay, because the King Gambit held a Focus Sash, and Heatran with what move was it? It was Lava Plume and Protect. Just Lava Plume, Toxic, and Protect. Oh my god. I beat him the first try. Okay.
Me too. We did it.
I beat him the first try. But my god, that battle was irritating. Just the Heatran. Like, because the Terrakion, like, you see the Terrakion, and it's like, oh wow, my man has a Terrakion. Like, things are about to get serious. It sets up a Swords Dance. Okay. But you got to understand, I got a Gallade.
Yeah. Now the Terrakion has weakness policy, so if you don't one-shot it with a super effective move,
it's a done deal. It's a done deal.
He will then go on and wipe your entire team.
Right. Now, luckily, he couldn't wipe Gallade because he has Stone Edge and Close Combat is what he got. Now, he came close to taking out Gallade in one shot with the Close Combat, but he missed the Stone Edge.
Ooh,
and
nice.
So Gallade just went ahead and finished him off with Leaf Blade. But like, brother, get it together. You know what I'm saying? Like a softer team, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we said, we finished that off in one battle. Then you have next up Theodore, who is I guess you would say ice type user.
Yeah. Kind of ish.
Yeah,
I mean, his room is definitely icy, but
right.
His team. One thing I do like about this, and they kind of like warn you before you go in, is the Elite Four members are thematic and not type based. So like, you're not. Each of these members has maybe not like a super well-rounded team in terms of type diversity, but they're definitely not all the same type.
No, they're not. As well as each one of them has two legendaries, two legendary / mythicals, a mega evolution, and a shiny.
Yeah.
For Gordon, the shiny was the Flygon.
Yep.
Theodore has a shiny Staraptor. So his theme is blue. But he starts off the battle with a Frost Lass, in which it just Wu-Tang just does the thing against the Frost Lass, no problem. I mean, Wu-Tang got hit with Thunder Wave, but if you can get through it with Skill Link, Blazing Shuriken, Frost Lass stands no chance.
Yeah, so you want to know what happened to me with Frost Lass? Himalaya got frozen against Gordon.
Oh no.
This wasn't even against wasn't even against Theodore. He got frozen against Gordon.
Oh no.
Which I don't even remember how. I have it. I think I have it written down somewhere.
Hold on, let me go to the website.
But yeah, so I just left him out in the lead, in hopes that he would thaw out.
So the Machamp
Frost
with Ice Punch.
Ice Punch. Yes. Yep. That's exactly what happened. Himalaya, I just kept him out in the lead. I hoped that he would thaw. He did not, and got one shot. Or eventually died. I shouldn't say one shot. So I throw in Wasabi. I'm like, all right, this is gonna be cake. Frost Lass outsped. and thunder waved me, and then I was paralyzed in my half of that turn. I was like, okay, whatever. I'll just get him with the blazing shuriken here. Except Frostlass outsped me, and then used Destiny Bond. And then I did not get paralyzed. I then one-shot it with blazing shuriken, which was awesome. Except then Wasabi also died.
Oh wow, it went for
So it was
Destiny
like,
Bond on you?
wow, thanks. We're off to a good start.
Yeah, for some odd reason, it was stupid enough to use Ice Beam on me after it
Mm.
paralyzed me. So, yeah, that I didn't have that problem. I don't know what it was going for. I guess just a dumb moment, you know.
Yeah.
But he also has a Mega Lapras. Okay,
Indeed, he does.
the Mega Lapras. It's very tanky.
It
Very
is also a
tanky.
pretty cool sprite. I like this sprite a lot.
Yeah. It has like ice spikes on its back, with like mist clouds and stuff covering it. Like it's really cool. The Mega Lapras, it really wasn't too much of a problem.
No.
Mystical was able to handle it in a way.
So
I believe Mystical went down actually, and somebody else came in to finish it off. But Mystical hit a huge thunderbolt on it, doing
just
most
about one Pokemon on every team has like a stall tactic.
Yeah.
Lapras here has Recover and Hail and Thunder Wave. So it would like set up Hail. If I wasn't paralyzed already, it would Thunder Wave me, and then it would just constantly use Recover to undo any damage I did. And then I would hope that when it would go to reset up the Hail, I could finish it off, but I would get paralyzed, and then it would use Recover, and I was just like trying so hard not to punch my computer screen.
Yeah, that's what it was. Mystical hit a couple. Yeah, it was like 2 or 3 huge thunderbolts before Mystical actually went down, because that's what it was. It had Recover, and being that Mystical is part electric, it couldn't use Thunder Wave. So,
oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so it just kept kind of recovering. But Mystical finally went down to the Ice Beam. I believe it was Ice Beam. Was it like Avalanche or something? It was something.
No, it's Ice Beam.
Okay. But yeah, eventually went down. I can't remember who he went down to. Shaman came in. I remember that. And I was like, you have a Shaman?
Yeah.
And Shaman used, was it Earthquake?
Earth Power?
Earth Power? Okay, yeah.
No.
Yeah, so.
Thank you for that. By the way, Wasabi was not grateful to be obliterated by a Shaman.
Right, like you know how that feels.
Yeah.
But I was able to get through Theodore in one battle. I can't remember the actual step-by-step things, but like I remember Cabalion coming out.
Yep, Cabalion. He's got Staraptor, like you said, and then his last Pokemon was Sandridger. It was actually a Alolan Sandridger.
Oh.
So Ice Steel type, 3rd stage Sandshrew.
Yeah.
Which, this was a tricky battle, first attempt. Like I said, got off to a real rough start. 2 Pokemon down after just knocking out the Frostlass. Staraptor comes in. Before I knew what he was going to send in, because again, Wasabi died with Frostlass. So when that happens, it's just like choose a Pokemon before I know what's coming out. So I throw in Leak because I was like, okay, first Pokemon was Ice Ghost. Maybe the next one will be Ice something else. But I was wrong because he chose Staraptor. And just it got obliterated by Staraptor in one shot. So then I threw in Macaron and got one shot by Double Edge. And I was like, oh, goodness gracious, this is not going well. But Double Edge, took a chunk of damage off the Staraptor. I threw out Muscle and hit it with a thunder and knocked it out. Cobalion comes in. I revived Himalaya, and because of that, Muscle died because Cobalion is fighting steel. Muscle is water steel, so it used like close combat or something and one shot him. I threw Himalaya out, and he switched into Mega Lapras. I threw in Guac. Eventually, I knocked it out, but it took a ton of grass knots and energy balls because Lapras had recover, like we talked about, and I have the hiccups. Cobalion comes back out, knocks out Guac. I throw in Himalaya. And instead of fighting me like a man, Cobalion runs away again, and he sends in Shaman, and I'm like, come on. It knocks out Himalaya, knocks out Himalaya, but before he did so, I revived Wasabi. So I was like, all right, the Shaman's gone down. And I also have Leak. I revived Leak too. I threw Leak out first before Wasabi, and I ended up knocking Shaman out with a couple Fury Cutters, which was nice. Cobalion, he can't run anymore, or at least so I thought. So he sends out Cobalion. I max revived Himalaya. Leak ends up getting knocked out with 2 close combats. Himalaya comes in and one-shots the Cobalion with Earthquake. Like I've been trying to do this whole single time, but he kept running away. So he was running away for good reasons. And I'm like, all right, sweet. I beat Theodore because of all the switching, not realizing he has only used 5 Pokemon so far. He still has 1 left. So out comes the Alolan Sand Ridger, and it just decimates my entire team. So
wow.
I lost.
So that was your first loss.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, whatever. I knew this was going to be tough. I almost beat the second person on my first try. I think this will be fine. And then it wasn't. I just like smashed my face into the wall for hours. After a couple honest attempts of like using some of my healing items and stuff, I still wasn't making it past Theodore. So I was like, all right, we're going to need to,
strategize.
Think this through. We're going to need to reconvene, re-strategize here before going any further. But you said you beat Theodore, so continue with your first run. Tell us what happened.
Okay, well, the next one was the end of me. Angela, she is a fairy type user, fairy psychic. Pink is her thing, because she has a Virizion. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you just like this. I felt good because Nas has Poison Jab, Big Sean has Poison Jab, Badu has Sludge Wave, and Prince has Iron Head.
Oh dang!
I'm like, this is nothing. the Purion Water Fairy Dulion.
Yep. That was the shiny, by the way, for her team.
Yeah, it was the shiny. Took it out, no problem. Virizion, Wu-Tang just burnt it to a crisp. Then took care of the Alaka exam. Like, well, it wasn't, because I already know what you're talking about when you was speaking about, Prince is the perfect name for the Garchomp. But no, Geomancy, Power Herb, Xerneas. Done deal. Like we couldn't do nothing. It was over with. She beat me down 4 times. When I said that I constantly, this was where I was training. This is where I was training at.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Yeah, to round out the team, so she has Xerneas, but then she has an Amirian Garchomp,
Mega.
and
Give me
yes,
Garchomp.
a Mega, and a Scoliope that rounds out her team.
The Scoliope is booty cheeks. Like you ain't got to worry about it. Like,
Yeah.
of course, it's a Scoliope. It's dangerous, but like compared to everything else, it's
Does
light
know
work.
Earthquake, so just like anything that's weak to fire, it knows Earthquake or Earth Power.
Right.
Goodness gracious.
But all you need is a Big Sean to smack it
yeah.
around, and you good.
So I got to ask. My first attempt, I went in blind. I did not look and see what these Elite Four members had on their teams. Did you look ahead of time just to strategize with the teams, or did you go in
Second
blind
time.
too?
Second
Okay.
time. Second
Yeah.
time. Second time.
After
I was like, okay, I got to know.
yeah, after I was running my head into a wall for like an hour, I was like, okay, I'm gonna look at the teams. I haven't done this the entire run. I'm gonna look at the teams and strategize going into these battles, because also, again, one of the reasons why we're not doing an audible for the finale battle for this, I am going to be out of state in 2 days for essentially the entire month. So I'm running out of recording time to wrap the season up, so we can release on a consistent schedule.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I was like, well, as much as I would love to try to figure this out, just by doing it, I gotta strategize going into these battles so I can actually clear this.
We actually had to get some clutch time.
Yeah,
time in, so
because I was doing this Saturday night. We're recording it to Tuesday night tonight.
Yeah.
My first attempt was Saturday night, and I'm not exaggerating. Like, I played for maybe 2.5 hours and just kept losing and losing and losing. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna beat this by Tuesday.
Yeah,
This is gonna be real tough.
Right, like he said, like I came home from work early. Like technically I was still at work because I'm the supervisor. Like they just call me if something comes up and I go out. But Saturday nights are pretty smooth, so I don't really have to worry about much.
Mm-hmm.
And I came home and I jumped on it, and boy, I was like, man, I really should have stayed out there in the car, riding around the city, just because, like I said, this is earnest with geomancy and moonblast and the power herbs. Just like how those YouTube videos you watch and the person just getting,
Yeah.
like that's what if I would have took the video footage and gave it to Dad, like that's what it would be. It'd be just my team getting beat up just by an Xerneas. Just like, what are you doing? You supposed to be the nice one.
Yeah. Yeah. So what I did is I realized, at this point when I lost, my team was in like the mid 70s, like 73, 75. And I was like, okay, my levels are definitely not high enough, and I'm definitely not getting enough experience grinding on wild Pokemon. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go spend all of my money, so that way I'm not losing money, and I'm just going to see how far I can make it without using any healing items, because I don't want to lose all my money from losing to the Elite Four.
Right.
And I also don't want to use all my healing items and then not have money to buy healing items to use for a serious attempt. So I was like, I'm just not going to use any healing items. I'm just going to see how far I can make it and just continue, because at the very least, I'm getting experience and growing levels. So that's what I did for hours. I just battled Gordon, and once every 5 battles, I would survive to Theodore, and I would make it halfway through Theodore's team, and then I would restart.
Yeah, that's essentially what it was.
And eventually my team leveled up. I believe when I won my winning run, well, no, I'll just talk about
Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna put it to you like this: on your winning run, or well, right before your winning run, where did you lose at?
It wasn't a good run. It was like again losing to Theodore like the
Okay.
first or second Pokemon. But
Okay.
at that point, Pixie or Macaron was like 79 or 80.
Okay.
And Macaron was he would survive the longest in all of these fights and actually be wiping out. He started to outspeed some of their team members and he would like two shot them and still have a decent amount of health. So I was like, okay, Macaron is a very strong spot right now. And if I really strategize with, maybe swapping around held items, definitely, you know, planning out my lead Pokemon going into these battles and then like having a game plan of like, okay, I need to save this Pokemon to make it to this person on their team and things like that.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, I know my last run wasn't very good, but I'm looking at the teams now. I'm going in with a plan and I have all my healing items and I'm much higher level than I was my last serious run. So I'm just gonna whatever. I'm running out of time. I'm just gonna do it. But like, what was your approach before entering your last run?
Angry, run back in, try again, get beat down by Xerneas with glowing horns. Because so okay, like after the fourth time of getting beat down by Angela, I actually did calm down a little bit. Okay, I went and got me a Heineken out of the refrigerator, and I was like, all right, what can I do? And so in this particular battle, um, I let Mystical, there we go. Mystical handled the Pyrrhion, right? Then when Verizia came, Wu Tang handled the Virizion with the Blazing Shuriken. No problem. Wu Tang handled the Alakazam. Xerneas comes out. I bring Badu in. A couple of sludge waves. It's in the red. So I'm like, okay, fine. Big Sean come out. Outspeeds. Poison Jab. Done deal. Garchomp comes. I'm upset. I'm going, ah. The Garchomp play Russ, take out Big Sean. So I'm like, okay, so we're gonna do Mega Armirian Garchomp versus Mega Armirian Garchomp. Mine's no Iron Head. It actually one shots. I'm like, yes.
Nice.
Scoliope. I revived Big Sean. Come on, acrobatics. Done deal.
Very nice. Yeah, so when I did my serious run, obviously I beat Gordon. Came in. Theodore was still a little tricky, but we made it through. We beat Theodore, and at that point, I wasn't looking at their teams because I already knew their teams because I had fought them so many times and lost. But going into Angela, I was quite scared because her team looks very nasty on paper.
Yeah.
But I do have Pixion, which is Electric Fairy. So I had an answer for Pyrrhion. And then, of course, Pixion is Fairy. So I have an answer for Virizion. Also, Wasabi could easily take out Virizion, but I was quite scared, even though Wasabi is pretty fast. Virizion is grass fighting, and one close combat would absolutely obliterate Wasabi. But Macaron takes out the Pyrrhion, Virizion comes in. I think I left Macaron out just because I didn't want to eat a close combat, with Wasabi. And I Moonblast it to the face like one shot. If I didn't one shot, I came close and then finished it off with a Draining Kiss. Xerneas, or no, Alakazam comes out. Then I switch in Wasabi. Take it out with a Dark Pulse. Xerneas comes in. Wasabi also knows Poison Jab. I'm not sure if I one shot or not, because at this point I'm not taking notes anymore. I probably poison jabbed, took a nice chunk out. 3 of Xerneas's 4 moves are going to one shot Wasabi. So I'm sure Wasabi died, and then I put in Muscle, who is water steel and knows flash cannon, and use flash cannon to take out the Xerneas. Scoliopede. I might have used Leak, who learned Brave Bird, by the way, at one point. So I was able to replace Peck with Brave Bird and actually have a strong flying type move. So that's probably how Scoliopede went down. And then the Mega Amarian Garchomp comes out, and I'm nervous, but I put in Macaron and just obliterate it with a Moonblast. So I beat her on my first try. When I got serious and did a serious attempt, I cleared it in one try. But yeah, I was very nervous for Angela for no reason, because I just like kind of walked through that team.
Yeah. Angela, like you got lucky with Angela. Me, no.
Yeah, I think it's because like, yeah, I looked at her team and like came up with a game plan.
Yeah.
If I wouldn't have done that, it definitely would not have gone like that. It would have been much more difficult. But then after we beat Angela, we're on to Patricia, the 4th member, and she has a Roserade, a Giratina, a Yveltal, a shiny Chandelure, a Tentacruel, and Mega Sableye.
Yeah, beat her in one go. Just how you were just saying Angela was no problem for you. I worried about this team for no reason. Because I seen my homie Giratina and my homie Yveltal, and I was like, okay, all right, y'all gonna mess me up. Okay, so I went in over strategized.
Okay.
Just decimated them.
Yeah.
Like I was shocked because Prince handled everybody. When I say everybody, it was crazy. Well, no, Prince didn't handle everybody. He didn't handle the Rose Raid. That was Wu-Tang that handled the Rose Raid. But still, Prince handled everyone else. Like, so I left Prince in because I was like, all right, Prince can go down right now, and I can still bring in Nas to handle the Sableye. It was like a squeaky toy with the Tentacruel and Earth Power one shot the Tentacruel, and I was like,
oh wow.
Right, I was like, that is crazy work right there. I did not know Earth, ground type move was super effective on a water poison type.
Yeah.
No, because normally I just use like an electric type or a psychic type or something in that situation. But it's good to know now.
Yeah, I thought the same thing with using a fairy move on Amarian Garchomp. Not that, there would be resistance, but I didn't think it would be super effective because it was part fairy type,
Oh, no. I instantly knew that. That was always my concern, but I was like, that's why I had Iron Head on it, because I was like, you're going to outspeed, so, hit the Iron Head, and then you wipe out another fairy type. But that is Xerneas. It just, yeah.
Not to keep going back to your kryptonite.
Right. Listen, me and Xerneas, we have a beef now.
Oh man, yeah. Patricia was also pretty simple fight for me. Yeah. Wasabi, handled the Roserade. I think I left it out for Giratina because Ghost Dragon. I was like, you know, if I don't survive, I'll at least do some decent damage with Night Slash. And then it was basically on my serious run, Macaron, hands down my MVP, was just literally obliterating everything. It carried me so hard. Yveltal, didn't matter. Moonblast, you're dead. Mega Sableye, doesn't matter. Moonblast, you're dead, bro. Chandelure, Muscle comes in, Scald, you're dead, bro. Tentacruel comes in, doesn't matter. Thunderbolt, you're dead, bro. And I was like, dang, like maybe I should have just leveled to where I needed to be the first time. And then I probably could have done this pretty easily.
Yeah. Because now I'm not gonna lie. So at this point, because nobody leveled up in the final battle, these are the final levels. Big Sean 83, Badu 82, Prince 84, Mystical 83, Wu-Tang 83, Nas 81. So
you're nice. I didn't write down my levels before Athena, but I wrote them down after. But I don't think I doubt.
Oh well, no, I literally have them up because I did not write anything down. I did record, guys. I did record. I was just like, I know because that is Xerneas. It stuck in my head. Okay, like I remember it. Okay, I remember what happened in it. That was the only thing that I was telling you guys about.
Yeah,
so I didn't need to write down anything else.
My levels after beating Athena, which I'm pretty sure I didn't grow any levels during this fight. Muscle was 79. Leek was 80. Wasabi was 83. Macaron was 86. Himalaya was 84. And Guac was 81.
Yeah.
Yeah, we made it to Athena. The champ.
In which she got waxed in one go. Now, it was a tough battle. Okay, I'm not gonna say like she was easy. Now, please understand me. She will, spank your booty cheeks. So don't go in thinking, oh, man, it's light work. No, it's not light work. It's just that after getting our booty cheeks clapped enough time, using the Elite Four to train up, we was ready for her in a way.
No.
Yeah. But she has an Amarian Garchomp, Zygarde, 100% form Zygarde, I'm sorry, in which, oh my God, like it uses its tiny cells to increase attack and stuff that, like, it's just, oh my God. Cresselia, Mega Milotic, Volcarona, and a shiny Gyarados.
My boy Volcarona made it to the squad.
Yeah, on the champion squad.
That's right.
Yeah.
I want to hear you disrespect my bugs again.
Listen, it's no disrespect against the bugs. It's just they weak to a lot of commonplace things like rocks and flying types and fire types and
Yeah. I'm kind of disappointed too in the shiny choice for Athena, like Gyarados. Like, how cool it would have been to have like a shiny Zygarde, 100% Zygarde. That'd be wild.
So looking at Athena, I feel like in her exploration of the world, she ran into that dude right before Mount Moon and bought the shiny Mystical. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I mean, she's probably got money. She's champ, right? Probably a pretty good paying job.
In which, actually, hold on, because I have to ask, when did Garchomp get Moxie?
Good question. I don't know.
Yeah, because it has Moxie. Now, needless to say, it wasn't a problem.
Yeah,
but it had Moxie. Okay, because so it went like this. It was Garchomp versus Garchomp again. My Garchomp won, of course, because it got Iron Head. Zygarde took out Prince, so that's when I brought in Mystical to Energy Ball it. Mystical got rid of the Zygarde. Garchomp came in. Garchomp took out Mystical. Moxie activated. Oh no, this is not good. So I just brought Big Sean in acrobatics because Big Sean with acrobatics and flying gym is so awesome. One shot the Gyarados.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Volcarona came in, it took an acrobatics, it went down. Sorry, Mike. Sorry, but
It's okay. I forgive
just
you.
a Volcarona.
You had to do it.
Malota came in, acrobatics, it lived the acrobatics. So then I had to bring Badu in. They went back and forth. Badu finished it off with a sludge wave. Then Cresselia came out. Wu-Tang came out. Just learned the move. Like I put the move on Wu-Tang specifically for this battle. Shadow Ball to the face. One shot to Cresselia. We became champions of the Mario region.
Very nice. Congratulations. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, this was not a tough one. Macaron Moonblast Marion Garchomp to the face. He's dead. Zygarde comes in. Macaron Moonblasts him in the face, and he's dead. Cresselia, I switched to Wasabi, Night Slash, 1 or 2. Cresselia is dead. Nice. Melodic comes out. I'm like, oh, Macaron, you haven't been in for one Pokemon. Let's get you back in the fight. Thunderbolt. Probably took 2 Thunderbolts.
Both of them to the face.
Yep, right in the face. She's dead. Gyarados comes out. I'm like, Macaron, you still good? He just looks over. He's like, I got this. Thunderbolt to the face. He's dead. And then Volcarona comes out, and I'm like, no.
Right.
Baby.
Mike cried for a minute. Yeah. He talked to it. He rubbed the screen.
I had one of those like anime moments where like it zooms in on my face and like the background's getting blurry. And I'm just like having that internal monologue where I'm like, no, how can this be? I cannot do this to my baby.
Flashbacks of all of the Volcaronas that he
used. You're putting me in this position that I cannot stand to be in. But I got over it and I put in muscle. And no, I didn't put in muscle. I put in Himalaya and 1 Stone Edge to the taint because it goes through the ground, so not to the face.
And he didn't look. He stood there crying like this. He was like,
yeah, I'm like, I'm so sorry. Quad effective. And Volcarona goes down, and we win. Woohoo! Yes. Man. That was tough though. Like that took some effort to become champion in the Armira region.
It did.
Obey, you were right. What you told us in Discord, you were right. Thank you.
Absolutely right, Obey. Next time I would definitely listen to you more wholeheartedly. Angela, if I ever see you again, just understand it is all personal. Xerneas, like me and you in every game I see you in, I'm not catching you. I'm smooth knocking you out. Like I want all the smoke.
Oh man, I forgot. I was messaging you and I said I needed to go check the daycare and see because I never took those Pokemon out.
You did mention that.
So I'm gonna do that real quick while we're talking. But yeah, we're champs, and like we talked about last episode or the episode before that, one of these episodes. The game does a really good job of making you feel like it's difficult.
Yes.
In game to become the champion. So with the way that they kind of set things up, like saying there's only 11 people to get all 10 badges, and then only a
3 of those
to challenge.
Challenged Athena, and was only 2 of those 3 that challenged her that actually beat her.
So like leading
as well. In the post game, you'll meet them.
Leading us, or making us believe in game the difficulty of it, and then having to actually do the battles that were actually difficult. I really, really, really like that.
Yeah.
About this game.
Yeah, really does. In which story wise, again, like the story is really light because after you beat her, of course, Blake shows up saying, "Wait, I got to give you some advice before you face her." And then it's just like, "Yeah, already beat me down." And Blake like, "What? Oh wow. Well, yeah, go ahead and go register your Pokemon." And you just register your Pokemon, and then you get your screen with your champions, in which you get a Surfetch riding a Ludicolo.
Yeah. Which
Dad put it up. You know you
that
got to put
just
it
that
up.
just needs to be a thing because I
Yes.
didn't realize it until Jared said something in Discord. The Hall of Fame card is so funny.
Yes.
I'm trying to get to the daycare, but I don't know if you did anything after you beat the champion. But your brother comes and talks to you. He's like, "What? You're champion here? You beat the Team Rocket of this region?"
No, I don't do anything.
So why don't you break down your thoughts of Daybreak as a game?
Ooh,
You can go
okay.
into as little or as much detail as you want. You can go talk about anything from like the decks to the story to how they intertwine the story through the gameplay, the difficulty of anything. Just let us know Kumino's unadulterated thoughts about Daybreak.
All right. I want to start with the bad. Devs, quit. If y'all ever make another game, quit waving stuff in front of people. Okay. And then it's like 5 chapters away before they get it. Okay. Like wave it in front of me and then give it to me. That's what you do. All right. I'm willing to go 1 chapter. That's it. All right. Quit doing that. If I would have to say anything else was bad about this game, and this is just a me personal, put a little more effort into the story. And it doesn't mean, oh, make a overly long story. No. Make sure that the story actually has a precedence in the game to where it actually match up with what you got going on. Not saying that anything that we were doing didn't necessarily match. It felt kind of disconnected, like you're dealing
Mhm.
with Squad Zero, but your gym stuff, realistically, we shouldn't be doing the gym challenge. We should solely be focusing on Squad Zero, doing research on the meteorite and all that stuff there. I get it
Mhm.
in ways of having to traverse, and we need a badge to be able to access different things to go to different areas. I get that, but like outside of that, you have no other reason to actually go to these gyms. Make it more coinciding.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I would say. Good wise, they like you said, Mike, they did an excellent job making you actually feel rewarded without making it overly hard or complicated for you to feel rewarded for overcoming tough battles.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd
Absolutely
say
love that.
like it didn't the battles, the difficulty of the battles didn't feel like unfair. Like they
Right.
just felt really challenging.
Right. Yeah, where you actually had to put some a little bit of thought into it, a little bit of strategy, but nothing to where you just couldn't do it,
Mhm.
I would have to say actually a child can do it. A child can play it and be like, "Oh, wait, I got beat right here. Let me go train up a little bit. Oh, you know what? Maybe I need to, use this move that I have in my bag that I forgot that I picked this TM up about."
Mhm.
Oh, going back to the bad. Reusable TMs. One TM is not good. All right. Like even Pokemon went away from that. Like I know they came back to it in Paldea, but it looks like they're going away from it in Winds and Waves. So yeah, let's not do that no more. Um, but yeah, I really enjoyed the battle and the game overall. Like I actually want to play the post game because I'm interested in what the post game is going to have. So
Nice.
I might do that.
Nice. I think Obey went through and has played a lot of the post game.
No,
I don't know how
well, I'm not
many
surprised.
other. I don't. I'll have to ask him how many other seasons he did that and played post game. And but yeah, I would say I think I agree with you. The tease of stuff is not like as big of a deal for me. It was slightly annoying. Like, don't tease stuff too early, because then it makes me think that I'm doing something wrong, like, or the game's bugged. Like the scuba thing, I was like, is this game bugged? Because you just told me I can go get the scuba gear. And
2 people told us that it was time to get the scuba gear. Yeah, my friend working on scuba gear and they just completed it. You get to the door. Hey, look, listen, I don't know what the professor told you, but I'm done with the scuba gear. You get there. Yeah, I'm not done with the scuba gear. Mother.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And why did you tell me? Because now I think my game's bugged.
Right.
And I'm like looking on the internet. Why is this guy not giving me scuba gear?
In which, speaking of game bugs, I'm not sure about everybody else, but I think mine was bugged. I also downloaded another game last night, in which it's a game that you actually want to play, Mike.
Yeah.
Yes.
What is it?
How do you say it? Africanus?
Oh yeah, that game looks sweet.
Yeah. So no matter how many times I pick English, it stays in Spanish. So I think it's something with my PC that just don't like playing.
It's like Kumino's like, am I going crazy or is this game bugged?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I think certain fan games.
No, but speaking of bugs, I did notice a bug that started to happen early on in the game, and I didn't realize what was actually happening until this leg. Every once in a while, I would be in a battle, and some like error dialogue box would pop up. Yeah, and the first time it happened, I like freaked out, and I was like, "Oh no, is my game gonna crash?" Because I haven't saved in a while. It like really made me nervous, but it didn't.
But then you had that. Whew.
And yeah, but I was like, "What? Well, like, why does this keep happening?" And it's only happening randomly, and not in every battle. Only for certain Pokemon in the battle it was happening.
Yeah.
I don't know what's causing the bug, but what was happening is when that bug would pop up, the Pokemon you were fighting would not attack you. Like when they tried to attack you, that bug popped up and it prevented their attack.
Yeah.
So if you had noticed that going on, that was like the gameplay portion of the bug. I don't know like what was actually happening, but once I figured out that the Pokemon weren't attacking me, I was like, please let this happen in the Elite Four. Please let this happen in the Elite Four.
That did not happen in the Elite. The Elite Four was like, how dare you wish for something like that?
Yeah, I think my Pokemon were bugging the attacks and not actually doing anything.
They had squeaky toys.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the teasing stuff, annoying, not a huge deal. The story, I have mixed emotions about this because the way that the story unfolded in the game really reminded me of like Gen 1 and Gen 2 of the official Pokemon games. Like it felt like I was playing one of the early Gen games, which was really fun. And I do love a good story, but the fan game community, at least in the games that I've played, is still kind of struggling to find the appropriate balance of like really good story, but not doing like 15-minute dialogue scenes where you're dumping a ton of exposition on the player and like taking up huge chunks of time between gym badges for story beats.
I was thinking about that last night because that was the reason why I downloaded Africanus, because I don't know if any of y'all heard, but I'm not too excited for this year when it comes to official Pokemon stuff. So I was looking for a bunch of fan stuff that I can get into to, tie me over. And
tied you over to Wind and Waves.
Yes, tied me over. But
thank you.
USA has this thing where a good game to them is making it unbelievably hard for some odd reason. I don't know why you like struggling so much, USA. Like,
we got it so good over here. We want to feel bad about ourselves.
yeah, okay. So I'm one of the few that don't have it good. So yeah, I don't want to struggle. I just, just
I
put that
just
out
want to feel something, Kumino. Don't take that away from me.
But and then like in other countries, mainly the Spanish countries,
Mhm.
they do such a wonderful job with giving you a good story, but lacking the other departments where like the battles would be very, very underwhelming, or they won't put a great system in to make it flow well. So yeah, like can like some of y'all get together, you like be
Yeah,
like,
work
hey,
on a
like,
game together.
right, like let's make this, balanced to where people can actually enjoy it, and you
Yeah.
know, don't monetize it, because then you get the cease and desist order from Nintendo.
Yeah.
But we will
Um,
support you.
yeah, that's true. We will play your game and talk about it. Yeah, no, so this game is like, struggles to find that balance of like story time and non-story time. And the story itself, like, not really the most intriguing. It gets more interesting the further along you get. I think the most intriguing part of the story is like the Dante part and like his role with Squad Zero and his relationship with you as a player and how that whole thing unfolds. I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was the
But I
best
just
part of the
like
story. Yeah.
this game just like makes me feel like I'm playing old school Pokemon, which is awesome. I think the Pokédex is good. The quality of life upgrades are kind of good. I do wish that I could just fly and not have to, whip this guy out of the PC every single time I need to go somewhere. Um,
Right.
but
In which another game that I was playing, it's called Pokemon Royal, but it's
mhm.
not the Pokemon Royal that everybody is like in love with. Um, this one actually has a story.
Mm,
But what they did was they implemented tools rather than you
yeah.
actually using like HMs and stuff. And one of the tools that they give you is a telepad, so you can
Mhm.
teleport to different cities.
That's cool.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Um,
enjoy that.
yeah. So I mean, I like the regional forms. I think they were pretty interesting. The Dualion, is that what they're called in the game?
Yeah, yeah. They
Dualions.
call it Dulion.
Yeah, Dualion's really cool idea. Merging every dual type combination is achievable for each evolution, which was really neat. Uh, I'm glad I picked Electric Fairy. I mean, I know it's like doesn't really make sense type coverage wise. Like I'm not, shoring up a weakness for either one.
I mean,
Um,
no, it's pretty good. That's the reason why,
it was
like the Dene would be broken if it had better stats.
I enjoyed it. It was fun. Macaron was awesome.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I mean, like Amari and Greninja was really cool. Amari and Hippowdon was sweet. Like that is a really cool regional. He was one of my favorite Pokemon in the game. Um, yeah, I mean, it was just overall a really fun game. Is it perfect? No. Is the story gonna like knock your socks off? No.
No.
But it's challenging in a good way, in a fair way, I think. And I think my biggest takeaway is like, man, they just like crushed making you feel like you accomplished something by becoming champion. Um, that was the coolest part of the game for me. I like 10 gym badges. That was kind of neat. Yeah, I would definitely recommend people play Daybreak. I think it's a really fun game, and even though it's 10 badges, like your journey in between cities is not very long. The routes are manageable, so it doesn't feel like an overly long game. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Will I check out the post game? Realistically, probably not because I got other stuff to play. But I don't know. Maybe I just made it to the daycare and my Cubone grew 40 levels and my Snivy grew 45 levels. Hopefully they, I was just like, hey guys, I'll be right. I just got to go down to the Pokemart. I got to pick up a couple antidotes. Okay. I'll be right back. And then I never came back.
Right.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a lot. It was super fun.
Yes, it was.
We'll figure something out for the interstitial. Rude of me. Did you have anything else to say before we wrap up?
No. I think everything's been said.
What was your favorite Pokemon you used this season?
Oh, my favorite Pokemon. I'm gonna rank 1 through 3.
Okay.
But like when I say 1 through 3, it's like they're all right there close together.
Mhm.
So it's gonna go Wu-Tang, the Armira Greninja, Skill Link, Blazing Shuriken.
Oh my gosh, so good.
So freaking good. And then you got Shiny Gliscor. Now, Shiny just for me personally because I love the color scheme. But oh my god, I love Gliscor. It's acrobatics, just does magnificent things. And then Prince Armirian Garchomp. Listen, if y'all ever seen the Dave Chappelle skit where Charlie Murphy was explaining how Prince was, that is what this is.
That's awesome.
It's like, but at the same time, we'll beat your butt.
Yeah. Shirts or blouses. Yeah, dude, that's awesome. I'm having a hard time picking because I have not used any of these Pokemon ever. I mean, obviously, I have 4 of my 6 are exclusive to this game, right? New like Fakemon or regional format variants, but never used a Ludicolo. That was fun. Like that dude's tanky.
Yes, he is. Yeah.
Amari and Gigalith was really cool. Pixion was one of. I'll do my top 3 too. No particular order. Pixion is in the top 3. Amari and Greninja also in the top 3.
Of course.
Never used a Surfetched. Surfetched was pretty cool to use. But Amari and Hippowdon also in the top 3. Like special attacker, hit like a truck, was kind of fast, also tanky, also steel, which made him more tanky, and then also had a Rocky helmet on, which made him hurt and be tanky.
Right.
I really loved Amari and Hippowdon. It was awesome. But yeah, Pixion was probably my favorite out of the 3. But yeah, super fun. Yeah, so season 10 coming soon. I think. What do you think? Oh, so first off, the winner of the finale battle was supposed to get the leftover type in the type draft. Kumino thought of the idea, and I'm not going to argue with it because it also benefits me. But he was like, you know what? We suffered a lot during the season. Let's both take the extra type. So we might do that, and who knows? Maybe we'll just be like, hey, Jared and Dad, you guys want to use bug?
Right here, looking at me, shaking his head.
do you guys want to use the bug tape too? I don't know.
I mean, could they use?
Nah, you know what?
I think we should
it's their fault for not being on this season.
Right.
That's what they get.
Right. Like, okay, I will give Dad, his credit. Like he had a lot of stuff going on in the background. Actually, Jerry had a lot of stuff going on in the background, but it still does not reward y'all with being able to get the extra type. We struggled. I got my booty cheeks clapped by a reindeer fairy type. Okay, so I get to use the bug.
That's hilarious. And if we can't figure out the showdown thing, what I'm just gonna toss this out there. Dad, you can edit this in or edit it out or leave it in. I don't care. But we've been slowly over the course of, I don't know, 3 years or maybe the lifespan of PokéBoys podcast, been like air quotes, developing, conceptualizing, building a world for a fan game ourselves, actually.
Yeah.
And one thing I've always wanted to do was maybe have an interstitial episode where we talk about it. And if we can't get the fan game showdown to work and we can't do the tournament, do you want to just talk about the Sundering?
I mean, we could talk about the idea and the premise of it. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, like right now, we still very much just in the idea work phase of everything. But yeah, Dad, it's up to you. You know, you can leave this in, you can take it out. We can discuss. You know, if we want to bring this, you know, to the public yet.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Dad does. It's all in Dad's hands.
Right, it is.
And this will also show if he actually listens to the episodes as he edits them.
Right. If we just pick up on key points where we say Dad, and that's the part that he pay attention to.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for playing along with us. Join the Discord. We're always talking about Pokemon and a bunch of other things. Follow Kumino on Twitch. He streams, and it's fun to hang out in his chat. So do that, and don't forget to subscribe or follow wherever you're listening or watching this on. And we'll see you real soon for the interstitial in season 10.
For sure. Peace out.
Happy 30 years to Pokemon. Yay, us.
Yay.